Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tea. Beautiful afternoon. About 3:30 in the afternoon. Nice breeze, just a great day. Okay guys, today I'm going to call this video the finished product, and that is, it's what I term the finished product in Maimo Norman mechanics relative to what I feel are best suited to me. They're certainly not Mohs mechanics per se, but in terms of the overall way that I've constructed the mechanics and put them together to suit me, this is what I would term my finished product. And of course, with the atomic particle addition to it, there's probably not much more I can add to it for myself to get it right. And I've been using it for the last couple of days in what I term the finished version, and it's just great, absolutely fantastic. So I've got to put a label on it. For me, it's what I would have to call the finished product, and I will just keep reinforcing what I think is the finished product and the associated structural mechanics of the finished product. Okay, so to just revise and go over the finished product, and what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to hit all my shots here from hardpan. See, super tight lies. I'll just show you the quality of strike that you can get with this golf swing. I mean, I've always preferred to hit off hardpan. I've just always done that because I've got a shallow attack. And the amount of times I saw Mo just demoing off just dirt, and the ball flight was great. Well, there's just dirt, basically dirt here, and it's good. And when we hit them this way, I've come out late today, guys, because hopefully we can see a bit of ball flight as the sun descends. Okay, so what is it? Okay. Now the last part that I put into the configuration of the finished product was the atomic particle. And the atomic particle is that. And then we get our lead pull into the shot. The lead pull for me dissipates, stops the hindrance of the trail hand hitting, which has always been the problem that I've always had with the Mohs system. From the first time I started using it, I used to pull too hard, and I couldn't apply that trail hand the way I wanted because the lead hand was pulling too hard, believe it or not. So I pull it in here till it gets to there, and then I just let it out and then just smash it with that trail hand. So that atomic particle there is a very, very, very big part of the finished product. The other thing, guys, which is something that I haven't spoken about before, but it's purely something that I have as a feeling, and I never ever asked Mo about it because I never really got the feeling and the understanding of it till after the last time I saw Mo. But when I've got the lead arm pulling, and I'm coming in here to give that atomic particle hit there, my pull factor or my drag factor into the ball is not really a drag factor that way. It's a drag factor that way. I actually feel like my left arm is trying to pull itself out of the left shoulder socket for me. And I get a lot of pull down there like that. It's not a pull that way, it's a pull that way. Trying to pull, get this longer, get that wrist joint closer to the ground and really elongate this lead arm. Now that's an idiosyncratic feeling that I have, but I've got to tell you, it is something that is really again one of my own atomic particles from my golf swing. I mean, if I don't have that pull that way, like extending that arm down, it feels quite anemic. It feels like just that. And the good thing for me is when I pull it down and try and extend this left arm, make it longer, I'm compressed into the ground, but I'm pushing out of the ground at the same time, up against this upper body wanting to push down. So there's basically two forces working against each other. The one coming out of the ground and the one going into the ground. And that's basically an equilibrium and balance of forces. Now that's quite technical and quite deep in terms of an understanding, but that's what I feel. I really feel that. Now guys, the other thing that goes against the whole grain of the Mo Norman swing process and geometry is that I don't feel the club ever goes down the line, ever. Not ever for me. My move is as per Mo Norman's in the backswing, in that the right arm just folded here, the elbow went round the rib cage, club went back here, he moved laterally, came here, and then the club released over here like everybody else is released. But again, we saw all that palaver from everybody, including Mo, where he said, you know, if my club goes down the line longer than anybody else's, I go down here, my club's always facing the target. Well, it might be when he hits it, but it's certainly not after he's hit it, and it's certainly not over here. And of course he disguises that, guys, which I've said. He'll get in here, get over here, and then he brings it back. I've said that many times. So I have no feeling that the club actually goes down the line. I get the compression down there, that lead arm wanting to get longer, but it's all wanting to move left against this sitting into that buttock in the lead position. That's wanting to go in here like that. That's what I feel there. So that's a very, very important thing for me. Very important. Now, as I say, it could be a little bit, you know, really too complex and complicated for most people, but I really believe that a proper release of any shot is that, you know, we have to have the two parts of the circle. The swing is circular, there are no straight lines in the golf swing, there are no straight lines in a circle. There are some people that think there are straight lines in the circle. But I basically do this, guys. When I take the club away, I pull it in here like this. And the club face just keeps looking, for me, keeps looking at the ball. It goes in there like that. I shuttle to the left, sit into that rump, and then I just keep it going this way, around my body there, by the pushing down of that lead arm and getting it longer. So they're all the little bits for me that I have, and I don't need any more of those in my golf swing, in the Mo Norman version, my version of Mo Norman mechanics. I don't need any more of those, because from a physicality point of view I can't add any more of those. The things that I've spoken to you about suit me and my physicality, and particularly at my age. But I'm very, very, very deliberate about the backswing having this feeling about it. Goes here, and then it just reverses that. And on this side it goes here, and then on this side, guys, it really goes here. There. That's what I feel. I'm very circular. I'm very low circular. I'm very elongated in that lead arm. Very much so. Now, I haven't hit any shots today, so I'm dead cold, and I was doing some stuff with some guys at the gym right up until about an hour and a half ago. So I am stiff as the proverbial washboard. Okay guys, now we're going to hit it off the hard pan, and I love the hard pan. I mean, when I practice myself, I practice off hard pan, because whenever I get on a decent lie, it's just, oh, it's heaven. But I love, and if I ever get into trouble off hard pan, and there's not many hard pans with no grass in the middle of the fairways, is there? That's what Mo used to say. It's very rare you'll find a bare patch in the middle of the fairway. I don't hit the fairway all the time, guys, but I hit it a lot. So okay, what do we got, 5-iron? So the atomic particle sitting into the rump, really getting the elongation of that. Show you the type of hit that you can get off this lie. Now guys, first hit of the day, and that is just killed. Absolutely kill city. You can't see that impact, but that's just perfect. And now the wind is really strong here. Probably 25 k's coming across here. That just held its line into the wind beautifully. First hit of the day. Doesn't get any better than that, guys. I don't know with the sun where it is, if you can see the flight this way. I'll just hit a couple of 3-irons. But you could hear, I don't know what the microphone's like, but if you could hear that impact off that hard pan, you'll know that was what we call here in Australia crisp city. Okay, so this is 3-iron. Now there's the old car out there, guys. That's just landed on the roof. On the roof. And so guys, it feels just like this. It's there. I throw it back here, and the thing that something else I must add as a personal mechanics dynamics component, and that is when I take the club back like that, I throw it back basically with my hands. I throw it back here, and I keep throwing it till I feel it. I feel the weight of it. Then I turn against it. Then I lateralize against it. But I try and throw it back far enough that I can feel it back there when I turn. Now guys, they're 3-irons, they're not wedges, that's on the car again. I don't know how wide the hood of a Ford Fairlane is, an old Ford Fairlane, but it wouldn't be any more than 6 feet, would it? You might be able to hear that on the thing. It really does make a bang when it lands there. And guys, that wind is a crosshead wind. But I know the value of that wind, so I can just move the ball back into the wind. Okay, we'll just hit a couple of 3-irons up this way. off the hardpan. And I'm getting that left arm really down and elongated, guys. Now the big tree up there, that's the good thing about this swing. I mean, it's really hard left to right here. I just took that back into the breeze, just drew it back into the breeze, and it just went right at the base of the tree up there. But you can see that the quality of strike is really good. And that's what you'll get with this type of golf swing. You'll just get that. Because it's this. Club's not coming down deep, and I always feel that I almost feel like there's 3 golf balls there, guys, in my mind. That I've got one behind this one and one after it. And that's my alley of contact, because I can get the club really moving on that 3-ball alley, and I've got a lot of time and a lot of distance to hit it because the club is online. Now, guys, what I found just in the last couple of days is revisiting. There's a couple of birds over here. Plovers just having an almighty battle. Somebody's landed on someone else's nest. God, they're brave, those things. They're about this big, but they would attack a Sherman tank. Yeah, since I've really got that left arm feeling like it's pulling, or the lead arm feeling like it's pulling out of the socket, man, I'm getting some hit on my driver. And I normally launch at about 14 degrees with the driver, and I've usually got about 8 up into the driver most of the time. But I'm actually getting what I think is basically a level hit on the ball, and different flight. Almost to the point that I feel like I'm hitting down on it. I mean, I've never done that. But since I've revisited the elongated, stretching left arm, I'm really getting a very level hit into the ball, and almost a down hit on it. And the ball flight's different. It's much flatter. Yeah, that's just flown straight over the centre of that tree. Now that tree's pretty high, and I normally clear it by 20 feet, but that's just only cleared it by about 5 feet. So I've taken about 15 feet out of the trajectory. The tree's probably, I don't know, 45, 50 feet high. And I normally clear it by 20, but that's only just cleared it by about 5. But guys, different ball flight, entirely different. Because I feel like I've got, with the trying to stretch this, tell you what it was. I remember Mo told me one day, just in general conversation, I asked him about something, and I probably wasn't concentrating, but he said, and I think I've said it before, guys, somewhere. Remember he said he tried to scrape his knuckles on the ground. None of the other guys, not Todd Graves, not anybody's ever said that to me, but he said that to me. He said, I try and scrape my knuckles on the ground. How did he do that? Just trying to stretch that left arm into the ground. There it is. Just came back to me like the message in the book. There you go, guys. I've mentioned that before. But I've had the wrong context on it. The context of what he really felt with it. Wow, how about that? Okay. Guys, I just wish you could see that. Boy, that wind's really strong. I mean, from where I am here, that tree's only 200 metres away. And I'm just getting it over the top of that tree. And I'm hitting that absolutely flush. So that's a 30, 40 yard wind. But I mean, the tree's 45, 50 feet high, so it's still in the air and going over it. But that's how strong the wind is. But it's not moving, guys. There's no movement on it. It's zero. And I'm hitting down on it. Well, what I think is down on it. Just trying to stretch that left arm. There's 3 in a row, guys, that if there was a picnic blanket up there, they would be on the picnic blanket. Now, why the devil you would ever have a picnic in a driving range beyond me. Yeah, I know, I'm a comedian. But they're amazing, and I tell you what, I've always been a reasonably straight driver. Actually, very straight most of the time, but these are crazy straight. Silly, crazy straight, Mo Norman straight. And it's because I've got the elongation, so the hit is different. Entirely different. Okay, one more. I don't know if you can see it on this line. I don't know what the angles are like from here. If you can see that, guys, that's just frozen rope. Absolute frozen rope. Yeah. Okay. So to help you get your finished product and to get that atomic particle, guys, just get a wedge. Take an abbreviated swing and try and keep, when you come in, try and force it without going down with it, because you'll go into the ground if you move the radius center down. If you change that, you'll go into the ground. So you've got to feel that lead arm stretching out of that socket there against the back of your neck. That's where I feel it. I feel quite a lot of tension there. Now just get a wedge and just think that you want to hit little 50-meter shots to get the feeling and to get the atomic particle at the ball, so you can really hit it hard at the ball. Guys, in terms of Mo's atomic particle, now when there's no ball there, I haven't got the confidence yet to apply 100% of that last instant hit. Now watch this. When there's no golf ball there, see how much atomic particle? I mean, there's a lot there, but that's because of confidence. Well, not so much confidence, but not worrying about the golf ball being the prime requirement of putting this on it. I've never hit a golf ball with that intensity of last minute hit. But to learn that, just get a wedge and just think, you only want to take the club back to here, but bang it as hard as you can in that last instant. Just take it back to here, like that. Now there you are, guys, that's a tiny little golf. I normally hit full wedge about 120 metres with a full golf swing. That felt like a 1/3 golf. It's gone about 90 with that little swing. about 90. And the good thing is that with the little abbreviated swing, we're not getting up here, not getting a chance to get off line, so go after it. I'm only about 70% into my last atomic particle instant. I'm only applying about 70% of what I can. I've got 30% to go, and that confidence will come. I hit a couple of drives yesterday, and I wasn't worried about what they went. I absolutely smashed them, and they went hard, but it scared the daylights out of me because I've never felt myself be that aggressive at the golf ball. But they just went unbelievable. So I have to have a session of that, maybe 200 of those, to build up that confidence. But this is how you can learn. It's just a little bridge swing. Oh, well there, guys. There's that tiny little swing. That's carried 110 with a slight crosshead bruise. 110. Now things change. I mean, the flight's much more penetrating. But you might have to hit 200 or 300 of these. And don't worry about where they go initially, because you won't have the timing phase mechanism. You know, you might hit the ground a bit, or you'll hit them a little bit indifferently left, but that's only because you're not timing it. You're not used to being that aggressive at the golf ball. But just use that as a, I'll just hit one this way. Just really guys, that's so strong. So that's gone about 120, maybe 125, but the wind's coming behind me. But see that tiny little swing, tiny little swing. So that's how you learn it. Just get a whole bunch of balls and just have a session where you just do this, little abbreviated swings, just bang. Hit it as bang. Now I'm going to do a bunker video and show you the atomic particle in the bunker. You won't believe how good it is. It's so hard to get in to the bunker down there because this is a very busy range. But over here we've got a big sand depository where they have all the sand for the bunkers for the golf course. It's just a big pile of over there. So I may go over there tomorrow and show you how this works out of a bunker or out of the sand. And I'm also, guys, I want to do a video on how important and how good this is for hitting shots, long shots, like a fairway bunker shot, hitting 5 irons and 4 irons and whatever out of there. And I'll show you how you can absolutely clip the ball. And the secret of playing fairway bunkers in that we take all the movement out of the body, we get really tall, we just swing our arms past a really non-active placid body. That'll be on that video tomorrow. There'll be some good things in there because I've had some of my own teaching roster guys want the technique for hitting out of fairway bunkers. I've always been great out of fairway bunkers because, to tell you the truth, over the years I haven't been in many. I really haven't been in many. You know, I can probably only remember ever being in about 20 in my life. I really haven't been in many. But a lot of people do get in them, and I'm really good out of them. I mean, I used to do some things at the clinic because we had one at our range, and I used to hit shots, you know, all types of targets out of it, because I'm very shallow. People say I'm shallow, but I mean, I'm shallow in my swing, attack on the ball, and it's good. And I'm fairly quiet in my body, but I get more quiet, and I just really have the arms just whistling past the body. But I'll tell you all about that tomorrow. So anyway, guys, that's basically what I'm terming for me the finished product of my Mo Norman interpretation of his swing and my adapted mechanics, my hybrid version of those mechanics for me. And I think there's a lot of things in there of my hybrid version that clearly you guys can use. Now I've showed you how to practice it. And when you do practice, guys, I mean, even if you're not a great striker, try and find yourself an area that's not lush. If you practice off tight lies, you'll become a very good ball striker. That's why Trevino was so good. He grew up in Texas. He said the fairways were like freeways. They had no grass on them. They were hard. And that's why he was such a great ball striker. So, and I've always just preferred to practice off tight lies. I mean, over here when we're doing the videos, the